Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to Rebuild Prime Time. We had an exciting week 15, and we now venture into the playoffs. That's right, we had four teams qualify. We're going to update you with last week. We're going to head to these four teams, see who's going to get it done this year. Your week 15 recap, easy work, needed a win to keep his playoff hopes alive. He did just that. He beat Champs Are Here by 7 points in a thrilling game. And guess what? That was rewarded with a playoff spot because the Live Squad PC, his worst score of the year, only 103 points, just gets decimated by Team Royer, leaving Easy Work one game up on Pastor Chuck at the end of the season. Easy Work. We'll get the 4 seed. Pastor Chuck is left in the 5 spot. Ouch. Going to be left out of our new 14 playoff strategy. Philadelphians are able to upset the Bull City Ballers, sending the Bull City Ballers to the playoffs on a losing streak. Not what you want. Philadelphians in season strong, finish above 500 on the year. Team Jamad rips off a bunch of wins to end the season, beats our week counting pancakes. Your defending champion leaves with a whimper. And then finally, in a pillow fight, John was able to beat me by 11 points. Your standings, I was able to win the Old Testament division by 1 game over Brandon, who does qualify for the playoffs at 9-6. Philadelphians clocking a solid season above 500, 8-7. Team Royer, a strong charge at the end to finish at 6-9. And are we counting pancakes? Our defending champion. What happened here, Grant? Jeez. 5-10 on the season. This will hurt the best overall record in the league this year at 11-4. Bull City Ballers coming at 9-6, also qualify for the playoffs. Pastor Chuck just 1 game out of the playoffs at 8-7, followed closely by a hot Team Jamani. I believe it's 5 straight wins to end the season and finishes at 7-8. Champs Are Here. We won't talk about them. Your power rankings, there is no changes here except for Easy Work jumps ahead of the Live Squad because they jumped ahead of them record. Makes total sense to me. Now, let's look at your playoff teams, shall we? The Tiger Woods coming into the playoffs right now. The team to beat is definitely John Hurt. He's your number 1 seed, your best record in the league, and comes in really hot. He has won his last 6 games, including wins in that stretch over all 3 of the other playoff teams. The only kink in John's armor I can find, he's only 3rd in scoring, and the 1st and 2nd scoring teams are also in the playoffs this year. John has a sterling 3-1 career record in the playoffs over here. 2 Super Bowl trips. He has made the playoffs twice. He's made 2 Super Bowls. He won one of them back in 2021. Can John get it done this year? Certainly the favorite so far. But hey, not to be outdone by this guy right here. Brandon Griffin lost 3 of his last 4 games. His only win in that stretch coming against last place Mike. He's actually 4th in the league in scoring. We had this interesting phenomenon this year. The top 4 scoring teams were the 4 playoff teams, which is always fun. He did clock at 142.1 points per game this year, which is a solid number. But what Brandon lacks in his regular season over his career, he makes up for in the playoffs. This is his 3rd straight playoff trip. He is 4-2 in those previous ones. He has won this round every single time he's played in it because he's been to 2 Super Bowls. Put this guy in a semifinal, he's winning that game going to Super Bowl. He did lose both Super Bowls in 2021 and 2022, but we've seen the GIF before, right? He's coming out of the ashes, coming to get you, sure is. Now, here's what happened between these 2 teams so far this year. Brandon scored the Week 5 win, a massive 181-125 win over John. John returned the favor back in Week 14. John with the 125-113 win over Brandon. Have these 2 met before in the playoffs? They sure have. That 2021 Super Bowl was won by John in thrilling fashion, a tight game, which was won by John. ESPN's prediction has John a 12-point favorite currently. What do I think is going to happen? Do I think Brandon will spring yet another playoff upset, or will John march on to a 3rd Super Bowl? Well, it could be the end of the road for Brandon right now. I like John to move on in this game. But let's look at your other matchups. Yeah, with the number 2 seed is myself. Yes, sir, that's right. I won 2 of my final 3 games to end the playoffs on a pretty solid note, considering I had a pretty strong schedule to end the season. I was able to lead the league in scoring at 149.7 points per game. I have had a struggle in this league so far. Only my 2nd playoff trip in 4 seasons, and I was knocked out the wild card round by our friendly pastor when I made that first appearance. Not so nice. I do not have much history to speak of here, but I have a strong team in terms of both points scored and record this year. Let's see who my opponent will be. That's right, it'll be number 3, Josh Bennington. Josh, he likes to earn it, and he earned this playoff trip. However, he went just 2-2 to finish the regular season. Ended 2nd in scoring at 146.6. We have the top 2 scoring teams going at it in this matchup. But much like me, Josh, a little shaky playoff record over here. Has made 2 previous trips, but just a 1-2 record to show for it, has never advanced to the Super Bowl either. So we will have a first-time Super Bowl participant taking on a grizzled Super Bowl participant from the John Brandon matchup. Which one's it going to be? Well, let's look at the stats here. I was able to beat Josh by about 13 points back there in week 9. We do not have any previous playoff meetings. I am currently a less than 1 point favorite on ESPN. This is a tight game, right? So what do I think is going to happen? What is my prediction? Me. Why would it be anything besides me? Let's be honest. So look, should be a great game. Should both be great games. I mean, there's been some spectacular play in these playoffs over the years. I'm looking forward to 4 really competitive teams playing 3 really competitive games this year. So sorry to see 6 of you go, but congratulations to the people that are still in. And I look forward to updating you next week with your Super Bowl matchup for 2023. Good luck, everybody, except for Josh. See ya.